Hey folks, this is Goopy Sims 2 coming at you with the speed build video today. First and foremost though, this is my first video with commentary. So welcome, you get to hear my voice for a little bit. The reason why I haven't been uploading commentary is just so I can simply get out content faster so I can build up my video account. Today's speed build is pretty interesting in my opinion. It's part of a project that I'm working on in my game where I have my couples paired with certain career paths. And today's video is about a family with a dive master and a deep sea excavator as the heads of household. So it's very aquatic, nautical themed, very outdoorsy. Definitely very creative, whimsical. So the whole point of these intros, since I haven't created my own yet, is just recreating the feeling that you're starting up your own Sims 2 game. And as you can see, my Pleasant View is definitely been renovated. Most of this architecture is buildings I built, except for the decorations. So I was trying to figure out what the best geographical location would be in Pleasant View for this, since it has a lot of water and ponding. I wasn't quite sure where to put it. I also wanted it to be a little elongated lot size. So I was trying to find the right balance of getting the right lot size but also being in a appropriate part of the neighborhood. So I ended up choosing this spot. I think it's a great central location. It's near the downtown district, but also near the UFO crash site in my neighborhood. Now the first thing I wanted to do was kind of lay out the foundation of the house. I didn't want it to be on the actual foundation because with the Sims 2, if you build on an actual foundation layer, you can only have 3 livable stories you're building. But if you don't, you can have 4. So I always aim for a higher house just to save lot size space. So I wanted to kind of make the pool inverted and kind of insert it into the main part of the house on the first level. You'll kind of see that this front part of the house is going to be more of a transportation vessel, you might say. But I'm making this house surrounded by water. I don't think it'd technically be called a moat, but so it's kind of tough to put water underneath the, I guess, patio you can call it, or bridge, until I figured out just go to the bottom level. It's a lot easier. The tricky part though is to get that nice natural shaping with this small round brush, because it's really easy to kind of get that generic stamp-like effect. I also wanted to give a lot of space around this hot spring item, because it can be finicky with Sims getting in and out. They at least need space around them, at least one square space, so I wanted to give it a nice circumference of space. Trying to figure out how to add a bridge. If you could swim in the ponds, that would be great, but unfortunately in The Sims 2 you cannot swim in the ponds, you can only swim in the pools, so otherwise I wouldn't have this bridge system. I would just have them swim everywhere. Diagonal bridge is inspired from the downtown neighborhoods, parks. They have these cool diagonal bridges that totally inspired me for this, so thank you, EA and Nexus. The hard part was figuring out how to have enough space for the stairs, so Sims don't get stuck, essentially. I kind of inverted and indented the main entrance a little bit. At this point I'm just trying to build a shape and lay down floor space. Just kind of building up. I get inspired actually a lot by Vietnamese architecture, specifically the notion of having kind of a long skinny lot and using up a lot of square space, square footage. And a lot of the times the houses are built 3 to 4 levels, since the houses don't have a lot of space on land to use. So I wanted to build a foundation pillar of the main portion of the house. So it's 4 by 6. The easiest way I figured was to just build it as a complete floor and then knock out the outside. So it's kind of taking shape, you can see. In order to make like a bridge, skyway, you have to add these multi-story pillars. So that's why I added that with move objects. The hardest part at this moment is figuring out the stair situation. It's really time consuming to figure out how your stairs are going to work. It's also a lot of trial and error. With The Sims 2, with stairs, there's a lot of limitations, and it's really hard to know sometimes what exactly the limitation is if you get an error. So sometimes I just take what I get at that point if I'm getting frustrated with the stairs. But you can get some pretty creative methods for the stairs while trying to save space. So I wanted to add an elevator system on both sides of the house to free up kind of the ground space and loosen it up for Sims going up and down the stairs, because it's really easy for Sims to get caught up in that train of Sims on the stairs if more than one Sim are using it at a time. So the elevator just simply provides extra modes of transportation, if you will. Spiral staircases are great in this game. I love it. It's one of the best ways to save space and to get around. Along with an outdoor pool, I also wanted an indoor pool so that the Sims wouldn't have to go outside in the winter to swim out if they wanted to, even though the pools are heated. I'm kind of figuring out what the layout is going to be. So these are the main bedrooms. This is going to be the living space. At this point, I'm building out the bathrooms, the smaller, skinnier rooms, 2 tile by 1 tile are walk-in showers. And I'm also using the stage feature to kind of build a display section on the top floor. This is where the kitchen, dining room, sauna, and the communal bathroom will be, the changing room. Definitely have to utilize the rooftop space. So I'm gonna have an elevator going up to the rooftop and no stairs, because it can be a hassle getting the stairs up to the rooftop, because you need a separate room enclosed to block out the elements of weather. So if it's blizzarding outside, you don't want your inside also having snow coming in. So I'm changing the floor of the bridges to a diamond steel in blue, I believe. I was trying to figure out what the best door going into the changing room is, so I chose the one with the 3 small peepholes. I love these kitchen doors. So I use them pretty much in every build. It's my guilty pleasure. This is gonna be another bathroom with a walk-in shower. This is also gonna be a bathroom with a walk-in shower. It's really great how you can play with physics in The Sims 2 when it comes to building. You just simply delete a column.
Tiku groves triptych avothix Movo flanka sipwaki maspis Natikos nelfa benutem hapis Vutiki quizok Why is it me bark Why in a hin Budafa quizok Yamidi quizok So Dobrik Pablica, Dobrik Stes, Dobrik ti Abo, Brik ti Zavubes.
So I added a large aquarium there. I wanted to add it somewhere in the house, and that seemed to be actually the only place that really fit. I was going to use it as a spare bedroom, but it's okay. It works. So I'm doing this technique to make walk-in showers where you just build a small room 2x1 tile, use floor-to-ceiling windows and floor-to-ceiling glass wall or glass door. And then I have these kind of heightened windows for bathrooms I like. So I wanted the focal point of the front of the house not to be an entrance with doors, but more so a creative pattern with windows. And I actually really like these bubble windows, and I've never used them before in a build. A nice cascade effect. Now this back part of the house, I wanted it to be more of a fishbowl effect, so more like a glass dome room without the dome. And then to the left of the top, I kind of have that as a plank, like you're walking the plank. More so just a lookout for the rooftop. It's hard to find windows that fit together in the same theme, but I love this rectangular block combated with the small and big circles of the bubble windows. I actually enjoy the contrast, so I kept it. I wish there was a bigger mural with an aquatic theme and not just pop art. Although I love the pop art, it just looks a little out of place, so I decided to cover it with windows. I was kind of hoping there'd be a painting that would look nice there, but for another house I'll definitely use that idea. One of the hardest parts at this point is finding out what the best exterior wall covering will be. I wanted to keep the grayish, bluish earth tone theme going with the wall covering against the black framed windows. At this point I decided it's also taking inspiration from a freight boat, or a freight ship. So I was decorating it more industrial on the outside, and adding these aluminum sidings and strips going up. I wanted to get access onto that rooftop area, and I wanted it to be a dangling staircase from the 4th floor. I've never done this before, but I made it work. I'm not sure it'll be playable, but I'm totally gonna test it out and let you know. At this point, I'm pretty confident the house is playable throughout. There are a couple areas that I'm a little questionable, or I'm questioning, but I'm pretty sure that it'll be alright. My biggest concern is the hot springs outside, making sure there's enough room around it for Sims to utilize. Some of these stairways are kind of tight as well. And then of course that connecting dangling spiral staircase. I'm not sure if that's enough floor space to connect them, that one tile, but we'll see. I wasn't able to add a railing there or change the floor covering for it, so we'll see what happens. Adding a door to get to the pool. I'm a big fan of multiple access points and not being restricted for movement like that, so if I can have multiple doors to the outside, that's great, especially with these islands. The bigger the lot, the longer the load time is, so if you can get away with these building techniques that save space, square footage, your game is gonna run better. At this point, adding in trees. It's always fun. I didn't want to repeat too many trees, except for the bamboo. I wanted to showcase a lot of the large trees that the game has. For these bamboo trees, I wanted to use them more as a partition, security divider, to give some privacy. I'm not bothered by the fact that the trees kind of hide the front of the house, because it's not about the front of the house, it's about the entire shape of the house. These mini walls are great as little dividers. Your Sims cannot walk over them. And then I love this stone wall that I figured you can't build against ponds, so had to work around that a little bit and rework my ponding. But I actually liked it better because you can build it right up to the wall. So I'm glad that that worked out that way. The diving board, a water slide. You couldn't fit the diving board inside, so I just have the ladders. And then this short white garden fencing that Sims can walk over. And then I moved the mailbox and garbage can and added a compost bin. At this point I'm painting the environment, so I'm adding a nice beachy sand shell beachfront to the ponds. And I will say this, I forgot to add a bunch of lily pads and cattails to the pond, but I will add that later on once I move a family in. This house is expensive, it's over 200,000 simoleons, so you need to have old money to afford it, aka a rich family. So some of my Sims have a big inheritance and they have a lot of money going into college, so I know at least one of them can afford this house. I just have to see if they align with either the Dive Master or the deep sea excavator lifestyle. So I just have to look into that a little bit more next time I play another university round. Adding some patchy grass. I always dread lighting when building, but it ends up being fun in the midst. But honestly, I do want to get it over with as soon as possible whenever I'm building a house because it just takes so long. A chandelier for the dining room. Add some lights to the pool. And building out the bathrooms, toilets, sink. I like to add a bathtub whenever I can, if there is space that allows. And then mirrors. So this is going to be the changing room slash communal bathroom, shower room. I had to figure out a nice table that fit. This Moroccan style one, I love the color of it. I thought it fit with the theme that I was going for, along with those chairs. It's a small kitchen, but functional. Nice appliances, nice counters. And you get a very nice view of the pool. And a door to the outside patio as well. A hood for the stove. Some pots and pans hanging up. So this is the library area, even though there's not even a bookcase in it, there wasn't any room. It's more a computer area and a place to play chess. At this point I figured out I made the master bedroom too small to fit a double bed. So I had to rework the layout of the bedroom, living area, the hallway system I kind of had to rearrange. And the reason why I add 2 doors to the bedrooms is because in The Sims 2 you can only lock 1 door to 1 sim. So you can't have 1 door for a shared bedroom locked for 2 sims. So I put them side to side with the doorknobs facing each other to give it that effect that it's a double door, when in fact it's 2 single doors just mirrored each other next to each other. Onto the living room. Figured out the couches. It's great that you can have these wraparound couches. You can really add definition to your living room, especially with that railing behind it. It looks really sleek. What disappointed me is that you can't put the video game console on those tables, so I had to find a coffee table that fit the vibe. I figured that a lot of them are bulky, so I had a little bit of trouble finding one that really fit. Decided to go with these. I think they look nice. I wish I could fit the bubble blower, but I really didn't have anywhere to put it, so I couldn't fit it in this build. Alright, just kind of checking over everything, and then at this point I am looking at all the decorations that you can buy, sculptures, plants, etc. Anything that's aquatic themed or nautical themed I added. Adding a salt and pepper shaker. Love that steering wheel. A light ring. I didn't want to add any water fountain features yet. I wanted to wait until a family moves in and then add them. They can get a little pricey and it can be tricky figuring out how they look on the lot the best, so I figured let that wait until the next time. And then at this point I'm just deciding on separate room wall coverings and floor tiles. So bathrooms I love because Sims 2 has a great tile selection both for walls and floors. And there you have it. That's the end of the house. Take a good picture for good measure. And we'll see you at the next build.